Ellingson, the Ottawa Redblacks slot back, enjoying a pretty good day here. Not quite to the numbers of the regular season finale, in which he had 8 catches, 142 yards, and a hat trick. 3 touchdowns in that ball game, put him over 1,000. Here today, 4 catches, 93 yards for Ellingson. He was the guy who set the tone with 3 of those catches coming on Ottawa's opening scoring drive.
So that bad punt by Medlock, a 16-yard kick, a 10-yard penalty, and this is where it results. 1st and 10 for Ottawa. 8.5 to go, third quarter. From their 52. Burris wants to step up now. He is going down. The first sack of this ball game. Ottawa Redblacks get sacked here as Hamilton comes storming, and this is what Ellingson did in pay dirt this year.
Yeah, tied for 3rd in the Canadian Football League with 9 touchdown catches. He's a guy who had great chemistry with Henry Burris a couple seasons ago when they were teammates in Hamilton. Ellingson that year was among the league's leading receivers before an injury ended his season.
Ted Laurent with that last sack. Now the far side for Sinopoli. Still lunging, stretching and fighting, but this is going to depend on the spot. Might be a decision here for Ottawa. It's a long 1.5 yards.
Brad Sinopoli starts tight to the formation. You're seeing an indication as to why.
Looks like the Ottawa Redblacks are going to go after this on 3rd down. This is a long yard. It's almost 1.5 yards. 3rd down for the Redblacks. Burris, shotgun, handoff, 1st down and more. Boy, the biggest gamble of the game so far. William Powell converts.
All trying to take advantage of the field position. The Ottawa Redblacks want to keep this drive alive. Develop a little momentum. Try and turn this into a 2-score football game.
And want to keep operating with that wind in this 3rd quarter. Hamilton has it in the 4th. Shotgun again, 1st and 10. From behind the target, Chris Williams. Hamilton was providing a little heat that time.
Well, we're starting to see more and more pressure coming from the Hamilton secondary here in the second half of this ball game. Trying to force Henry Burris to get the ball out a little bit quicker. As you heard Burris mention his halftime interview with Matthew Shinetti, Orlando Steinauer is so great at mixing up the looks, throwing a lot of different things at him.
Redblacks 2nd on 2nd down conversions this season behind Hamilton, and Burris is wrapped up and ripped down again.
The perennial East Division All-Star Ted Laurent gets to Burris for the 2nd time on this possession.
Takes them right out of field goal position as well. They'll have to punt. Ted Laurent from that interior.
A little bit of help from coverage. Another play by Ted Laurent.
Very close to being blocked there. Now Brandon Banks dancing. Down he goes. 16-yard line. Just 2 sacks in this ball game. 2 key ones though. Hamilton Tiger Cats down 5, get 1 from Ted Laurent. And shortly thereafter, they get another. This is the Eastern Final on TSN.
We used to graduate, go to work, get a car, get married, have kids, buy a house, retire, and live happily ever after. Today, you might travel the globe, start a business, sell that business, retire, adopt a kid, break a sweat, create something new, volunteer, and live happily ever after. Sun Life's Money for Life approach adapts to you, helping you get protection, guarantees, and the freedom to live your way, now and through retirement. Talk to an advisor about Sun Life's Money for Life. Life's brighter under the sun.
November 25th, when the asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs misses, Earth won't know what hit it.
Get ready for
Disney Pixar's The Good Dinosaur in 3D.
A toast to this free roast. This is a real fine cup of coffee.
And it's free right now.
It's rich, it's smooth.
It's so good. You know about this?
Yeah. It's always this good. Not always this free.
The Eastern and Western Finals are underway. Use the Marks Fan Cam feature within the TSN Go app to share your playoff pride. You can also share on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook using the hashtag MarksFanCam. Tune in to TSN's coverage of the 103rd Grey Cup as the best fan submissions will be shared socially or featured in a commercial during the game. The Marks Fan Cam. We're all CFL fans. Share your fan moments.
The Ottawa Redblacks led the CFL this season in sacks. They're sackless today. But look at that number, 1.3 million pounds of food to help those in need thanks to Purelator. Tackling hunger, a promise we can all help deliver. Hamilton, second last in sacks, but they've got two key ones here today.
Well, they certainly do. They may be down in sacks, but a team that can supply the pressure. That's what's led to a lot of the interceptions you've seen from the Cats secondary this year.
Look at the time from Masoli and wisely throwing it out of bounds, something he might have learned from his roomie a couple of years ago.
Yeah, again, Masoli, the former understudy to Henry Burris, when the veteran QB was a member of these Tiger Cats. Masoli, a guy who actually broke into the Canadian Football League with the Edmonton Eskimos. He was acquired in a trade along with Simone Lawrence.
High snap, option play. Masoli says, my ball. Close to the first down, and this might be a little bit short. Again, Masoli slow to get up, but his ability to motor, get out of that pocket and create some options.
Well, he's got a somewhat unique skill set compared to the other quarterbacks that the Tiger Cats have employed this season.
This is going to be third down. We just don't know by how much. And they're looking to the sideline. They don't know what to do. The Hamilton offense. And now the decision's made on third down. So Ottawa went for it. Hamilton is not. And this probably has a lot to do with the field position right now. So they're going to boot it away. Medlock comes back out. Keep in mind his last kick traveled just 16 yards.
Well, and there's a chance that Ottawa will have very good field position again here for another shot while they still have the win.
There's Smith, far side. There's a penalty flag.
Yeah, it's going to be another 15 because he caught it in the air.
15 yards on a no yards call. Redblacks will have great field position when we come back to the Eastern Final in Ottawa.
We figured we'd start our tractor commercial with a shot of grain pouring through a man's fingers. Can't forget to show a country music band and a flaxen-haired boy running with a kite. Then we remembered we're no ordinary tractor company, so we don't make those commercials. At Kubota, there's only one thing we're selling: great tractors.
These all-season tires do not handle on ice.
We test tires, so you don't have to. Cal's Tire Testing has proven why we renamed all-season tires to three-season tires. They don't perform in winter. If you want one tire for every Canadian season, only all-weather tires will do. Cal Tire, official tire retailer of the CFL and the Grey Cup.
Back in the nation's capital, back with Red Black Nation. Ottawa leads 22-17 as we send it back down to the sideline once again and join Matthew Shinetti.
Guys, we heard Rick Campbell talk about it earlier in the game, that when the Ottawa Redblacks came to this city, that there was already energy in the stands. Well, also by design, you see the phrase, "We are family" around TD Place, because that's what the coach wanted to install, a sense of family. When you ask the Redblacks over the course of this season, there's different ideas about when maybe there was a tipping point. So many players came in, a lot of adjustments. Some say it was after the Argos losses. Some say it was after Labor Day when they beat both BC and Saskatchewan on the road. But speaking of Brad Sinopoli, he said there's just an understanding, unspoken bond. You see offensive linemen mingling with defensive backs. We love each other so much. We've been through so much this season. It's not about the winning. We just don't want this to end, guys.
Thanks, Matt. Tell you one thing, winning does help, though. Makes chemistry seem like it's a lot easier. You've been on championship teams. Wait for it. I ask you, what comes first? Chemistry or winning? Or is it together?
I'm honestly a believer that the chemistry is a huge part of it. You have to have the right mix of guys, and obviously their football ability is first and foremost, but you need good players.
Because they might have loved each other a whole lot last year.
Well, exactly, and took some time to develop as players and as a team and so on. Sometimes it can take some time, but I can honestly say 98 Stampeders were the best team I ever played on, and I've always said you could have put any two players on that team as roommates together on the road, and they would have gotten along just fine.
2nd and 10 for Burris. Little pump fake goes over the top, but they're going to be short of the first down as Ernest Jackson is pummeled at the 37-yard line. This will bring out the field goal unit now. And again, Ottawa operating with the breeze here. Under 3 minutes to go and trying to make some hay here while they have the wind at their backs.
Yeah, and Ottawa's a team that, as we know, likes that no-huddle offense at the best of times. Always with the wind, you're trying to run as many plays as you possibly can.
Chris Milo. His longest attempt of the day from the 45. Hold, kick, and once again, Chris Milo has done it. 25-17, 3 for 3 is Chris Milo, the former Saskatchewan Roughrider. Grey Cup champion with the Riders. Lost his job there, ends up here. And who knows, might be going back to another Grey Cup game.
Chris Milo, such a great addition to this team. Veteran CFLer, been in the league 5 years now. Started this season with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Became expendable when they acquired the veteran Paul McCallum. Ottawa, a team that had a lot of uncertainty in terms of their place kicking early on, but Chris Milo has solidified that spot.
They went through so many kickers here, half a dozen. Look at all this confusion in the backfield. So much motion, and the Ottawa Redblacks weren't biting. And so far today, Brandon Banks has been absolutely stymied.
Yeah, very limited on a couple of touches offensively. We weren't sure if we might see a little bit more of him in the game plan, particularly with Sinkfield out. He hasn't been able to break one in the return game thus far either.
Masoli again with the audible. Now trying to fight through that din. Masoli has trouble now. Play clock down to 2. Just getting it off again. Now in trouble, he throws, he's got Underwood again. Underneath, Taekwon Underwood has been a game breaker here today for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and he has been the release valve for Jeremiah Masoli.
I'll tell you what, Jeremiah Masoli is demonstrating some playoff-sized cojones in this football game. Some of the plays that he's made under pressure, standing in, taking hits, the poise, keeping the eyes downfield to score some big first downs, the latest to Taekwon Underwood.
Into Ottawa territory, final minute, third quarter. Down 8, gets hit again, Tasker makes the catch. Jeremiah Masoli, another completion here. Second playoff start, third ever start in the CFL. Top the win last week. Started against Toronto. Was benched for a bit and then helped lead his team with 7 straight completions in the 4th. There's the option.
Great read.
Well played. C.J. Gable running out of bounds right at the first down marker.
Perfect execution on the option there by Mazzoli. End crashes. He pitches. There's a man they're trying to isolate. Sean Lemon on the edge. He crashes to the quarterback. There goes the pitch. If he plays the pitch, Mazzoli would have turned it up inside himself.
First and 10. Last play, 3rd quarter, barring penalty. Play action again, Mazzoli. And now looking the other way and confusion. Incomplete. Looking for Anthony Woodson. Didn't know the ball was coming. But the Cats are driving. Good close ball game here. Both quarterbacks humming. Both teams dreaming of a trip to the Grey Cup game in Winnipeg next week. Will it be Ottawa? Will it be Hamilton? We'll find out. 4th quarter, straight ahead from the nation's. So here we go to the 4th quarter in Ottawa. The Redblacks trying to get back to a Grey Cup game. First time in a long time, leading 25-17. Really a pick-em ball game here today in so many ways.
Yeah, it really is, and we're looking at an 8-point game, so still a 1-possession game. But the Tiger Cats could be within less than a field goal if you look at a couple of key mistakes. Think back to the end of the first half when the Ticats were deep in their own end. Taekwon Underwood caught that 2nd down pass short of the 1st down, went out of bounds and stopped the clock. That helped Ottawa to be in position to kick that late field goal right at the end of the half. Now here in the 2nd half, Hamilton punting from deep in their own end. They take a no-yards penalty. Jamil Smith does a nice job catching the ball in the air. That's 15 yards that allows Milo to be within field goal range on that last drive. 6 points that potentially could have been avoided in this close football game.
Hamilton driving the ball here. Mazzoli again delivers to Tasker. They connect once again. This also may require a measurement. We'll see where the spot is. It looks like they're going to spot it just inside the 25-yard line. This might be a first down. A week ago, the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the Eastern semifinal trailed by 5 points. Came back and won the ball game. They could become the comeback Cats here again a week later.
Well, I'll give them a lot of credit. One of the things that stood out, those stats at the end of the 3rd quarter, they're winning the time of possession right now, which teams do not do against Ottawa.
Mazzoli to the end zone. In traffic was Bakari Grant. Double coverage there. And Grant wanted to know if there was some contact before that ball was in the area. Not getting that call. So it will be 2nd down and 10 now for Mazzoli and the Cats.
The Bakari Grant is the #2 receiver in this formation, working on the left side of that formation, right from the hash. It's a decent release to the post. And Mazzoli narrowly misses the window.
Well, is this Tasker time? It looked like Tasker was offside. Looking for Luke Tasker. He's got it. Touchdown, but I don't think this is counting. This is going to come back, I think. He was offside, it looked like.
Offside. Hamilton, number 17. 5-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
Great catch by Luke Tasker, but he had about a 4-yard head start.
There you clearly see Luke Tasker. Solid 2 or 3 yards ahead of the snap.
So bring it back 5. Make it 2nd and 15. Just 1 penalty for the Ottawa Redblacks in this ballgame. It's almost unheard of. 2nd down, motion again. And all of this right now, these calls, offside procedures are all related to the 13th man, the crowd here.
Procedure. Hamilton, number 61, 5-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
It is impossible to hear anything near that line of scrimmage.
Well, this is what we talked about early on. Remember the importance of keeping this crowd out of the game as best as you can, not letting Ottawa get the momentum that makes this group a little more rabid than they already are. Right now, they know they're impacting the Tiger Cats' execution. That's going to ramp them up even more.
2nd and 20. Time for Masoli. Slinging it out of bounds. An overthrow had Grant on the sideline. Would have still been short of the first down, but it would have made it a lot easier on Justin Medlock. He's going to come out and try a field goal here. He's got plenty of leg, and he's got the wind behind him here in the 4th. Medlock has been automatic most of this season into the playoffs, and of course the hero last week for the Cats at home against the Argos. 90% almost this season. 1 for 1 today. 42-yarder. Butter. 5-point game again. It all started with William Powell. First touchdown of the game. Back and forth we have gone. Major slugfest here in the Eastern Final. In Ottawa. TD Place Stadium. Full house, 25,000 strong. Couple hundred from Hamilton. Good ball game. Eastern Final. Henry Burris against the wind in the 4th. William Powell dropped it. 5-point lead for Ottawa.
Here you see the impact that William Powell has had this season since taking over at running back. Just 4 starts, almost 500 yards from scrimmage for him.
10 touches, 62 yards for Powell today. Burris fires now. Ernest Jackson collects it near the 50. Eric Harris brought her down. Henry Burris. Season for the ages, or aged, because he's done so much at the tender age of 40. Continuing to put up big yards here today.
Henry Burris with every game sends that reminder that he's still more than capable.
Age is only a number. Powell slipped up there. Collision with Simone Lawrence. So it's going to be 2nd down here. Likely a throwing down for Burris, who has done so much, set a record this season for completions. Set a record for completions in a game. 6 touchdowns in a game to end the season. Trying to get back to the Grey Cup. Now launching, and we might have interference there, or will we? No. Looked like a collision. It was just a traffic jam downfield looking for Mo Price.
And you see Ed Gainey in on coverage. Gainey's a guy who's been able to play some more snaps defensively. You see Mo Price, the outside receiver here. It's actually the injury to Eric Norwood, with a Canadian replacing the American, Gaston Nadal, in for him, that's allowed Gainey to play more snaps defensively at that field corner spot.
Price ran right into the back.